Hello and welcome to episode 8 of A Chef at Large. Sorry I'm so late on this, it's taken me about 3 weeks. Actually, I had most of the video shot, but I've just been running around like crazy on other things and couldn't get to sit down and put it all together. Anyway, as a special treat, today I'm going to teach you how to make one of my favorite things, which is fresh pasta. And given these economic times, it may be a lot cheaper to make your own ravioli than shipping all the way to Italy for it. So let's go into the kitchen and take a look at how it's done. You're going to need 300 grams of flour, about 3 large eggs, a teaspoon of salt, and a tablespoon of oil. Make a well in the center of your flour, add in your whipped eggs, salt, and oil. I'm using wheat flour to get the fiber, but you can use plain white flour as well. Because it's kind of wet and sloppy, I like to start mixing with a fork. A lot of people just start with their finger. That's fine as well. And just start swirling around the egg on the outside, pulling in the flour. After a while, the edges will fall away and you have to start working it by hand. I usually use a pastry scraper to help. In about 5 minutes, it's going to become workable by hand, and then you just start kneading it over and over. You knead it until it's firm and springy, very elasticy, and bounces back to the touch. About 3 minutes. Then let it rest covered for 15 minutes to half an hour. In the meantime, I'll make a cheese filling with ricotta, some basil, some spinach, some parmesan, maybe an egg, just like I did for the pasta in the third episode. Once your pasta is rested, you can start working it, and do that piece by piece, keeping the rest covered so it doesn't dry out. You just take it out and start rolling it thinner and thinner, moving it over. You should not need to flour your board very much for this. For most of your pasta, you want to work it very thin like this. To make a fettuccine, fold over a sheet of pasta 4 or 5 times on itself and then slice it very thinly. You might need a little bit of flour on this to keep it from sticking. Once it's sliced, you unwind it and there's your fettuccine.
Venga, señorita, baila conmigo. Cuando te mueves, me vuelves loco.
You can boil that straight away, or if you'd like, you can use coat hangers. Hang it up for a while to dry first.
No puedes esconderte.
You can make 2 kinds of short pasta by starting out with about 4 cm squares on your sheet. Cut those out. Then to make penne, you roll using a straw or a bamboo stick. You roll the shapes onto the straw, compressing at the join till you get these nice little pennes. You can also make nice farfalle just by zigzagging into the center from both sides of that same square shape. To make filled pasta, you want to use a circle cutter to cut out little rounds. For ravioli, you put the filling in the center, use a little water around the outside, then cover with the second round and pinch down. You can use a fork then to flute the edges, and that'll stick the whole thing together into nice little raviolis. To make a tortellini, you fold the single round in half with the filling and then twist it up on itself and fold down the edges to make your little navel looking tortellini. I also like to make little mini lasagnas just by using one long strip of pasta, putting a filling on, folding the lasagna over, filling, fold, filling, fold, almost like a zigzag stack. It works very well and it's very easy to bake like this. That'll give you 6 shapes, all from the same dough, and all just in a very short time, maybe an hour in the afternoon. For the baked pasta, I like to use a plain sauce of tomato concasse, maybe some chopped basil, and just some salt and pepper, and let it bake all together in the oven. A classic tortellini dish is to do it con brodo, or in clear broth. I like that very much. Plain pastas cook up normally like any pasta, and you can use any of your favorite sauces on that. And there you go, simple pastas you can make by yourself in your very own home. As always, music and show notes can be seen on my blog, and go to music.podshow.com. Thanks, and enjoy your meal.